Okay. So it's recording, not showing any. It is now. It is showing. It is recording. Can I start, guys?
Sir.
Very good. Okay. So we are trying to discuss about first simplest thing is what is a OSI layer. OSI means Open System Interconnect. This is also called as a 7-layer model. Okay, it is nothing but a reference model. Reference model. Reference means if you have any doubt or just for understanding, okay, so network functions, so you can use OSI layer. So it is reference model only. We don't use, we don't use this model. No one is no one is using this model. Some people to pin on it, so they're like they want to try to sell kind of stuff. Okay, but they will tell only top companies use a OSI layer. We don't use OSI layer. We use generally TCP IP. So any slash you can use TCP IP. We use TCP IP protocol suite only. We use for communication. Ours is TCP IP. Like that, TCP IP, IPX, XPX, novel network. Okay. Other type of suites are there, like a IP, IPX, SPX, novel network, network, Apple Talk. Okay, these are also a certain protocol, stored protocol kind of stuff only. Usually IPX, SPX kind of stuff, IBM mainframe computers use it. Novel network, usually SAP base. SAP base is use a novel network kind of stuff currently. Earlier, novel network is also there for a network communications related. Apple Talk is also there. But not most, commonly worldwide, we use TCP IP protocols only. But to understand whatever the protocol it is, we use OSI layer. And also OSI layers also for understand network, and also for OSI for troubleshoot issues. Any issues you will get in a network, so very useful one is understanding of OSI layer. Okay, troubleshooting network related issues. So that is a main theme of this one. And who developed this OSI? OSI is developed by, so it's standardized by ISO. OSI is standardized by ISO. What is ISO? International Organization.
So for that, you need to be regular in training and just follow whatever. Okay, so Bangalore so you can opt. If you want Bangalore, we can assign Bangalore. If you want Chennai, we can assign Chennai. If you want Noida, we can assign Noida. But we don't have any requirement in Hyderabad. If anyone is looking only for Hyderabad location, this is not the right place. So all the process, whatever I explained, you might have already aware of it because the one who referred you has gone through the same process. But as
don't listen both the things. Okay. International Organization for Standardization, IEEE, Institute INSTITUTE is Institute is Institute. Okay, whatever it is, Institute of Electrical and Electronics. Okay, Tribly branch, Electrical Electronics Engineering. Engineer or engineering or engineers. It is nothing at institute. It is standardizing these things. IEEE journal number is 802 for a 802 for a this OS layer, like a network standardization is 802 kind of stuff. Okay, who would design this IP addresses and all ICANN kind of stuff on. Okay, this is some terminologies. Don't worry, guys. Simply say OS layer. It is a 7-layer model. It is a reference model. We use it for a understanding a network functions and as well as a troubleshooting of network. We have a 7 layers are there: application layer, presentation layer, session layer, transport layer, network layer, data link layer, and physical layer. So totally 7 layers. The layers are in a reverse order. Top layer is the 7th layer, bottom layer is the first layer. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Either you can read or remember the layers from application layer, presentation layer, session layer, transport, network, data link, and physical layer, or physical layer, network layer, physical layer, data link layer, network layer, transport layer, session layer, presentation layer, or application. In a bottom to top, top to bottom. Anything is correct only. Only thing is, do not forget a particular layer and do not interchange the layers. Compulsory 7 layers in the proper order, either top to bottom or bottom to top. That is very important. Next, the first 3 layers we call it as a software layers, and last 3 layers we call it as a hardware layers. The middle one, that is the transport layer, we call it as a heart of OS layer. It provides end-to-end connectivity. End-to-end connectivity. Okay, next, the first layer. No. Also, I will give some extra details here. These 3 layers, we call that one as a hardware layer. So you know why? Because of layer 1 device is hub. Layer 1 device is hub. Layer 2 device is switch. Layer 3 device is router. Okay, layer 3 device is router. Okay. So for a devices purpose, but we will go one by one. So you will see application layer. What is this application layer? What is this application layer? By mapping and with diagrams already given in I shared a video, just you can go to that much. So this is, it will provide a user interface. Simply say application layer is like a user interface type. Exactly say web browser. Example is web browser. Exactly say a web browser for accessing website. Okay, accessing website, or maybe FileZilla. So FileZilla is nothing but a FTP application. Web browser. Tell me some web browser. Firefox, Edge. Okay, and which protocol? HTTP or HTTPS. FileZilla is a Qt FTP. like this. So anything putty. Okay, putty is one of the thing. Putty is one of the thing. Or so many applications are there to interact with a network, like based on your request, like Outlook. Outlook for a mail client. Outlook is a mail client. Outlook is a mail client, right? So like that. Okay, so to interact with the network and different type of service access, like a putty, we can connect remote things like a SSH, Telnet kind of stuff. Browsers like a Google Chrome or a Firefox, yeah, these are the web access purposes. FileZilla, Qt FTP, Duck FTP, Qt Duck kind of stuff is there all FTP connectivities to transfer the data. Okay, like that. These are user interfaces and user side connectivity. Next, server end, server apps, server end, server applications like a Tomcat server. Oh. Tomcat server. Okay. Tomcat server. You tell me. Glassfish. These are web servers. IIS server. IIS server. HTTPD server. Okay. FTP servers. VS FTP servers. FTP, VS FTP like a servers. Okay. SSH server. Mail. Exchange server. Mail server means from Microsoft Exchange server. Okay. Exchange servers, Microsoft Exchange server. Zimbra. Zimbra mail servers. Oh, there are so many servers are there. Mail servers. Postfix server. Like these are all different type of servers. That server side and client side. In a both edge point means at the top level point is the application layer. Application layer. It will understand applications layer. Understand user request by protocols only. Understand user request by protocol. Which protocol you are using? HTTP protocol, FTP protocol, like that. Guys, already I given a list of protocols and their port numbers. Compulsory go through it. Okay, compulsory protocols and their port numbers already I given. You see, here it is. I'm giving like this directly, so you can try protocols and port numbers. So everything will understand the protocols and port numbers by here only. Application layer. Next, presentation layer. What is presentation layer? So you are sending a data and receiving a data, right? So you are sending a data. This is my data. This is my data. This is my data. Or maybe I open a website. Okay, I am sending a request. I am receiving this data, right? So data may be very high. So data can be a text format. First of all, data is in a text format. Data is in a pictures format, video format. Okay, data is in a picture format, video format, GIF format, GIF format, PDF format. So data can be any format, right? So data can be any format. So it can be a data can be text format, PDF format, DOC format, okay, HTML format, or tell me other format like MP3 format, 3GP format, WMV format, MP4 format, FLY, FLY, and what it is? Any format is GIF format. I said GIF format, JPG format, PNG format. Okay, like this. So any format. Data can be any format, but it convert the data into ASCII format. What is ASCII? Anyone? Anyone? What is ASCII? Why people are keep less and less? Guys, if you tell me if you don't want, I will disconnect it. No problem for me. Because you are interested, then first only I put a message how many people are able to come. Otherwise, I will forward videos. That's simple, right?
Some standard.
American Standard Code for Information Interchange. Actually, you have a data like A, B, capital A, capital B, 1, maybe hashtag, maybe 3, maybe like this, dollar symbol, maybe dot, or maybe a question mark. Whatever the data, their equivalent, the equivalent as hexadecimal number will be there. Okay, whatever the data's hexadecimal number is there. So that is called a ASCII. So whenever you are a programmer, mainly assembly language, you are doing it, computer not understand any language. Computer is not understanding your language. Whatever the data, whatever it, even though it is a picture, it converts into ASCII format. ASCII format means the equivalent hexadecimal format. Okay, because of hexadecimal is directly converted into binary, so system can understand binary format. Okay, so this is like a machine level language type only. So whatever the data it is, it will convert into ASCII format. Okay, so this we call it as a into ASCII format. So we'll go to that one. Okay, and data is high, then it will compress the data, decompress the data also. Now, what we call this kind of conversion is called a encoding and a decoding, or encode or decode. Also, we can use encode, decode, encoding, decoding. What is encoding? Convert a data, whatever the data format, convert into ASCII format. Decoding means convert back ASCII format to normal data format. So when you are transmitting the data, your system don't understand what is your data, so it is convert into ASCII format and then binary format, then finally it is sent to outside. When it is received ASCII format, okay, then it is decode it and put it back into normal format. If you have a huge data, files are very big, so then it will compress it. Next, guys, you look at here. If you see, look, this is a website. But if you look at HTTPS, okay, if you open a bank website, e-commerce website, or email website kind of stuff, so mostly data will encrypt it. Okay, so like this, HTTP no encryption, and HTTPS encryption. Telnet is a protocol, don't have any encryptions. SSH is a protocol which is having a encryption. Like a certain protocol having a encryption by default inside, some are over SSL, some are using SSL to encrypt the data. So what is the use of this encryption? Data is secure and no one will know what is your data transmission. Okay, no one can read your data, what you are sending the data, so no one knows what is there in the data. Okay, encryption, encrypt and decrypt is okay. Okay, encrypt and decrypt or encryption and decryption of a data. So these three things will be done by your presentation layer. Next, session layer. So what is the session layer will do? Session layer establish a session. Establish a session. Session establishment. What is session establishment? I try to open this website. Okay, the request go through my network and reach the DNS server. I got IP address and reach the Amazon.in. I am trying to check the what is there in the my this one. Ashish join now. Okay, so it is keep reducing. Earlier it is at 12,000. Like this. This is also coming down. 1 rupee came down. Okay, this is okay. If you want to buy F model, guys, careful. F model usually don't have a graphics inside. You have to compulsory purchase a graphic card. Okay. F model, it will tell no graphics inside. Okay. So be careful that one. Okay. So I am accessing this one. Now I want to buy. Add to cart, buy now, money transaction. So entire communication. So what is the communication here? So understand. Okay. So here is my PC and here is my server. So I send a request for a web page. Okay. And session is open, started, established the session. And I received a data. Session is completed. And I keep transmitting, like I keep downloading the data. Till the download data, the session will be open. Once it is done, session will be closed. Session will be closed. For example, most of you know internet banking, right? So I will tell internet banking. First, what you will do? Login. Session established. First request went, you'll get a page. Then you given a login information, username, password, and it go. Verify username and password. Okay. Then it will give you a page. Once you are verified, it will give you a page. So yes, what you want to do it? You want to transfer the money. So select the transfer money, how much amount, click OK. And it will verify the details. Information sent, verify the details. Yes, details are correct. And confirm final password or a OTP. OTP. Then you given a OTP, submit. It verify the OTP X exactly. Then it will give transaction successful. This is entirely one session. Is entirely one session. In middle of this one, suddenly your internet damage. Internet is gone. The session is broke. Session is broken. You cannot establish with the same session. So obviously transaction will be failed. It has happened to me. That's why I told this example. You know, one day I'm trying to do reservation to go to Hyderabad to Pune. So what happened? That's a Tatkal reservation. So exactly at 10 o'clock, AC Tatkal will open. So exactly morning 10 o'clock, AC Tatkal is open. I put it. Now, first only it's open very fast. Tickets are there. So I am trying to press. Final, like a payment option is there. At the time of payment, everything is done. Last one is payment only. Power cut. Power is down. Then Wi-Fi is disconnected. Wi-Fi is disconnected. So what happened? In a mobile, if you are connected with the Wi-Fi, you are connected with a Wi-Fi, if Wi-Fi is disconnected, or you came out of your home, you don't connect it to Wi-Fi, right? So what happened? It connect to 4G automatically. Okay. Mine is also same thing happened. I connected to Wi-Fi. I'm doing my reservation, and at a payment time, I press the payment button. I will given it details and I press OK. So data is transmitting. So meantime, power cut. Wi-Fi is disconnected. Immediately switch it to my mobile is switched to 4G network. Mobile is 4G is connected, but transaction is failure. Why? Because I'm doing a session with this one, establish a session through this one only. So not just between your server, client and server. Okay, not only just from the here to here. Okay, also through what you are connecting also is important. Also important sometimes. Okay, so that is your session layer. Establish a session, maintain the session, and terminate. Terminate the session. Okay, this is a session layer. Next one is transport layer. Transport layer is little tricky because it's bigger than all other layers. Okay, so that's why we need little bit of patience to learn. So very simple transport layer is nothing but, look at here. Yeah, tell.
Bridge between
Bridge between. It provide end-to-end connectivity. End-to-end connectivity. This is my example I'm typing, so don't worry. I always give this example, okay, for explaining this scenario. Guys, this is a data I'm transmitting, for example, just for example, understanding. Okay, I'm transmitting, this is the data. Thing is, data is a bigger. What it will do, it will chop down this data. It will cut the data into small parts. Okay, cut the data into small parts. This is called a segmenting. This is called a segmenting. This is called a segmenting. So of course it provide end-to-end connectivity. Okay, what is the meaning of that one? So we'll see that one. Segmenting, it means chopping the data into small pieces.
parts.
Why I am not able to type pieces? So why I am not able to type pieces?
PIEC. PIECES.
This is a correct one. Piece, like this, a piece. PIECES. Because my hand is going to C only, not going to E or other things. Directly C. If I put PEC or PIC only, it is coming. Okay, don't trust in your hand sometimes. Okay, chopping the data into small pieces. Okay, the size of the each data is 64 bytes to 1500 bytes. Okay, so it's that much small, not less than 64 bytes, not less than 64 bytes. if any data is a 64 bytes less than 64 byte, that is called a chunk. 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 Chunk means data which is less than 64 bytes. Okay, that is called as segmenting. Okay, it will do segmenting and sequencing and numbering. Numbering and sequencing. What is numbering and sequencing? Well, for just for understanding, I put a 4 by 1 by 4, 2 by 4, 3 by 4, 4 by 4. So what is this called? Numbering and sequencing. Numbering and sequencing. It means I chop the data, I transmit the data, but problem is if it is order is changed. For example, how went first, you, hello, or the meaning is changed, right? Or maybe are you how? Like this, meaning will be changed, right? So I'm putting a numbering. So then it is we can maintain a sequence order. Whatever the data after at receiving end, how the data is received, but they can arrange it in a proper order. You know, something like now everything is a assembled type, right? So like a different separate parts are there. They will put a numbering on it. One first part it is, second part, connect a third part to it, connect a sixth part to it, then fourth part to it, like this. So how we will understand? By numbering on it. So numbering and sequencing also done by. Okay, that another one is multiplexing, demultiplex. Multiplexing and demultiplexing of protocols into TCP and UDP. Guys, we have a lot of protocols which is we discussed earlier. Okay, so we have a lot of protocols are there. For example, HTTP protocol, FTP protocol, Telnet protocol, SMTP protocol. Okay, like this we had discussed about some protocols. These protocols either TCP type of protocol or UDP type of protocol. Either it is TCP type of protocol or a UDP type of protocol it is. So look at here. TCP type of protocols are usually like a HTTP protocol. FTP is a TCP type of protocol. We'll go to this one. We'll put a directly list TCP, UDP. So what is a TCP?
Transmission control protocol.
Figure. Transmission control protocol. User datagram protocol. User datagram protocol. Okay, so just directly I'm telling what is this, what is this. Okay, so simple. There is a certain protocols are TCP type protocol and UDP type protocol, and both will be there. So a protocol sometimes act like a TCP type, sometimes UDP, both will be there. Okay, so like that. So example of protocols: HTTP, FTP, Telnet, SSH, SMTP. Okay, what we can say SMTP, like these protocols. Okay, so these protocols we will call this one as a NTP. Yes, so many protocols are there. I said 65,000 protocols. Out of that, 1,000 protocols are 1,024 protocols are there. Okay, so I'm giving some. These are a TCP type of protocol. What is UDP type of protocol or a FTP? Trivial file transfer protocol. Trivial file transfer protocol. DHCP, DNS, like this. Usually, DNS is a pure UDP protocol, and DHCP is not pure one. It is a TCP type and as well as a UDP type. Both are there. Okay? So in that one. So, but as an example of UDP, you can tell TFTP, DNS, DHCP also. Next, what is this? What is that? This is acknowledgement based protocol. This is no acknowledgement. No acknowledgement. What is this acknowledgement based protocol? There is actually one good explanation is there, but I'm not doing that one now. Okay. Sync ACK, some like that is there, but simply try to understand, guys. TCP is simply like I am source. This is the destination. Okay. This is source, destination, sending from source to destination. I send a packet and packet is received. If it is a TCP protocol, I'm using a TCP protocol to send a data. I send a packet. Packet is received at a destination. What destination will do? Send a acknowledgement. I received it. Send a acknowledgement. I received it. I send a packet. Packet received. I got a acknowledgement. So packet is received. I send a packet. Packet not received. I didn't get any acknowledgement. Okay. So what will do? What I will do? I understand. I didn't receive an acknowledgement. I didn't receive an acknowledgement from for a packet 3. What I will understand? Destination.
UDP.
Sorry. No. UDP. I will. Sorry. Maybe I disturbed. Okay. Yeah. I send a packet and destination not send a acknowledgement. Destination not send a acknowledgement means I send a packet, but I didn't receive acknowledgement. Meaning is destination not received a packet. Meaning is destination is not received a packet. Okay. So like that. Destination not received a packet. So what I have to do? I will send it again. Then I will receive acknowledgement. Okay. So what happened here? Even the destination is not unable to reach. So we know destination is got a packet or not. So it is simply say by using a TCP, destination is got a packet or not. We know it as a source. As a source, we know destination got a packet or not. That is called a acknowledgement based protocol. Acknowledgement based protocol. And here we don't use acknowledgement in UDP. In UDP, we don't use any acknowledgement. See like this. This is the source and this is the destination. I send a packet and it is received. I send a packet and it is received. I send a packet, it is received. 1 second. I send a packet, received. I send a packet, but not received. I send a packet, it is received. I send a packet, it is not received. I send a packet, it is not received. I send a packet. Whether it is received or not, I'm not worried. I keep delivering the packets only. Even I don't know the destination not received a packet. Even I don't know destination received a packet or not. I send a packet, packet sending, packet sending, packet sending only. I didn't check whether destination is not received or not. So that is called a UDP, user datagram protocol. No acknowledgements. No acknowledgements. So what is the next one? Reliable. Non-reliable. Why reliable? Because acknowledgement based, we know it is delivered. Connection oriented. Connectionless. Guys, connection oriented, connectionless meaning is not wired or Wi-Fi kind of stuff. Lot of people give this kind of example mainly in engineering classes. Okay, they will give you connection oriented means it's a wide connection. Connectionless means it's Wi-Fi. No. Guys, like it, HTTP is a protocol, is TCP protocol. Whether you connected to Wi-Fi network or wired network, HTTP is HTTP only. It's a type of protocol, TCP type protocol or UDP type protocol. That's it. Okay. So connection oriented means because we are using an acknowledgement base, we know data is delivering or not. Connectionless means we just sending, we don't know whether it is received or not. Connectionless. Okay, usually like we are talking, like I am talking as a trainer, no one is responded other side. It means connectionless. Keep sending a data, don't check it, others are received or not. Okay, we are keeping sending. Okay, that is called a UDP type. TCP type, whether they received, confirm, then sending another one. So like that is acknowledgement based connection. That's it is connection oriented, connectionless protocol. And other few more things will be there, but still okay, no problem. Just at least try to understand these things. Okay. Type of protocols, it is acknowledgement based, no acknowledgement, non-reliable, and it is reliable. Connection oriented, connectionless protocol. Okay. So what is this? What is the use of this one? Very simply say, when it is packet is sending, what it will do, okay, in a data format, it has a TCP block and UDP block. Okay, only two boxes are there. Only two boxes. No protocol boxes. Only TCP block and UDP box is there. UDP box or TCP box, anything you can tell. Or I will put a big box. This is TCP box. This is UDP box. Only two boxes are there. Box means that allocation place. And my communication includes so many type of protocols, right? For example, my communication include HTTP, okay, TFTP, or maybe a DNS is required, or maybe there is a SSH connection is required, or maybe SMTP connection is required. So it put all the TCP protocols into TCP block, all the UDP protocols into UDP block. Means while you are communicating, what are the protocols you are using? You take the protocols, put it into TCP block and UDP block. So like that, this is called a multiplexing and a demultiplexing. Multiplexing and a demultiplexing by transport layer. Another one is also it will do flow control. And also we call it windowing. Okay, windowing and flow control both are data flow control. So what is this? Very simply say, this is my PC, this is my remote PC, means another PC. I'm using 1 Gbps internet network speed, and each adapter is 100 Mbps only. So I can send a data very fast, right? But he cannot receive it. It is 1 Gbps. Very fast I can able to send. 100 Mbps. He cannot receive that much of data. So what to do? Flow control. So it control the flow. Otherwise what happen? Data packets will be dropped. Data packets will be dropped. Okay, this is a transport layer. Next, guys, one more point is there. Understand, PDU means packet data unit. PDU means packet data unit. Packet data unit. So in each layer, so each layer, the data we call it as a packet data unit. Means presentation layer data, or a data in the session layer, data in the transport layer. So we call that one as a PDU only. Okay. So in transport layer, so it segments the data, right? What is a transport layer will do? It's segmenting the data, it numbering and sequencing the data, multiplex, demultiplexing the data, flow control kind of stuff. Okay, it add a header. Header to our PDU. Okay, so that is called a TCP header to our PDU. That is called a TCP header to our PDU. Okay, the outcome, that is also PDU, that is called a segment. This totally we call it as a segment. So we add a header, not header to a PDU. That header is TCP header. This TCP header is added to our data which is from session layer, So this is called a segment. This segment now sent to next layer. Segment sent to network layer. So next, what happened to network layer? Network layer deals with what it will deal. Okay, routed protocols and routing protocols. Routed protocols and routing protocols. What is a routed protocols is nothing but a IP addresses. Okay, IPX, Apple tags, how many list is there? So I said IP addresses. Routing protocols will router use routing protocols how to reach the destination. Best path selection is routing protocols. RIP, EI, GRP, OSPF, okay, BGP. Like this is that the three are enough. Okay, so these are the protocols. What network layer will do? What network will layer do? It will do best path selection. To reach destination. Logical addressing. These are what we are doing it. So what will happen to our segment? Okay, so network layer
divides into packets, sir.
Yes. Network layer adds a header to PDU. It is called a segment. network layer adds a PDU to the segment. So what is that? It will add is a source IP address and a destination IP address to our segment. Okay, these two combination we call it as a network header. Source IP address plus destination IP address is adding, so this is called a network header. So by mistake I got in a calculator. Okay, so this total PDU we call it as a packet, because we use a packet word so many times in the network. Okay, but actually packet means a PDU with a source IP and destination IP. This is the packet. The packet sent data link layer. So now it is data link layer. Lot of people are gone. Not a lot of people. Very less people came, and very less people are. Very less people are there. So we'll finish this one and we will leave for today. Okay, guys, understanding or not? I'm just speaking something.
We are getting.
Yes, sir.
Getting, right? Somewhat. So
Yes,
without
sir.
wasting your
Yes, sir.
time and my time. Okay.
No, sir, we are not wasting and we are getting something, sir.
Getting information, right? Okay, very good. Actually, data link layer having a two layers, LLC and MAC layer. What is LLC? LLC means logical link control or link logical control. So just check it once, LLC layer. Logical link control. Oh, still brain is working. Logical link control. This is actually dealing with a certain protocols like a frame relay type of protocols, HDLC, PPP, MPLS. Okay, what is these protocols? Are nothing but a WAN protocols. Okay, lot of people think IP address is a WAN and MAC address is LAN. No, it is not like that. WAN and LAN, both the places IP address is only important. Okay, these are called WAN protocols. These are nothing but a WAN protocols. And this LLC is a mid layer. So if you go to the picture, if you take the voice layer picture, so then you can understand very easily. This is a data link layer box, and this is network layer, right? This is network layer. This is a data link layer. Okay, so bottom of this one, if you take like this, data link layer is connected to physical layer. So mostly physical based communication should be there here. And data link is connecting to IP type of it, like means upper layers. And this is bottom. So to balance it, so you want to link between these two things. So what we need, a link connector is required. That's why it is LLC. Link logical control. So this is link logic control. Logical link control will connect the upper layer to bottom layer while it is communicating. This is to maintain a link. Okay. MAC layer is go to down only. So like on the device. So fully device oriented, means hardware oriented from bottom of this one. Upper is like a software related one. Okay. MAC address, media access control. We know already this is 48 bit in binary, actually represented in 12 hexa. So by manufacturer. Manufacturer of device means NICs, NIC routers, or what are the wherever your NIC is there. Okay, wherever your Ethernet card NICs, Ethernet card. Okay, there. So MAC address is there. So who give that MAC address? By manufacturer of NIC. Physical NICs are there. Okay. Now, in data link layer, what happens? The header is source MAC address plus destination MAC address. Next one is tail. Head tail. Okay. Tail is CRC. Tail is CRC. Data header, data tail. Data header, data tail. Both will be added to your packet. So you have a packet. Okay. Packet is added with a header. Header is source MAC address plus destination MAC address as a header and a packet CRC value. What is CRC? Cyclic redundancy check. I never type a CRC, so because I forget this. So CRC, cyclic redundancy.
Sure.
It is nothing but a algorithm. It is nothing but an algorithm. Means it checks the data for errors. Errors, data corruption or not. Okay. So prevent data corruption. It prevents data corruption. Okay, it prevents data corruption. So that is the main part. So what I said, source MAC address, destination MAC address, packet, CRC. What you will get it?
Frames.
It's called a frame. Okay, frame sent to physical layer. Now what is physical layer? Converts frame into data stream. Data stream means like a binary format. Like it's exactly say not a data stream. We can easily say bit stream. Converts frame into this stream. Next. So based on physical connectivity, okay, we can use like this based on your physical connectivity, either frame like a connectivity convert based on connectivity. So we'll go like this. For example, I'm using a optical fiber cable. It's changed. It is like a light waves. Optical fiber cable. Okay, fiber optical cables are there. So it is light waves. Sorry, light waves. Okay, convert this bit stream into light waves. Next, UTP, STP type of cables. UTP, STP, coaxial. It's a copper cables, right? So electrical signals, like electrical signals. If you are using Wi-Fi kind of stuff, okay, Wi-Fi, any wireless, okay. So it is radio signal. It is a radio signal. Optical fiber cable, light waves, like this. So depends upon your connectivity. So it will convert into that particular signal. That's it. That is about your OSA layers. Finished? Not finished. Anyway, we'll finish up completely, then we'll take that break. Okay, so application layer, presentation layer, session layer, transport layer, network layer, data link layer, physical layer. Okay, guys, I have a packet. I have a data. I'm sending a request. It can be a TCP request, sorry, HTTP request, or maybe a FTP request. Like it can be anything, right? Like I'm using web browser or maybe different application I'm using. So the data of my request are by sending or while receiving, it can be like, it can be not, it can be, it will be converted into ASCII format, and it is converted into ASCII format first. Then what will happen when you are sending? Compress and encrypt. Session layer, of course, start session. Segmenting, numbering on it, and sequencing, TCP/IP, all these things. Okay, network, source IP, destination IP address will be added. Here it is, source MAC address, destination MAC address, and CRC will be added. Physical layer, convert into, don't type like that. Bit stream, it convert into bit stream, and some signal. What kind of signal it is? Signal. 1 second. Signals. Any signal, light signal, wave, radio signal, what are the signal it is? Okay. So here it is. Simply to understand. A little big, make it as large. Guys, think like this. I have two systems are there. Okay, this is a system, and here is another system. One is server, one is client, maybe like that. Think whatever it is. They are connected, are directly connected, or through switch or something. They are connected. They are connected, right? Now I'm sending, so it is go up to down, right? I'm sending means from here to here. Okay, these things all happens, right? And this is at the receiving side. So we'll see that. I received a information, receiving side. So bit stream is again converted into frame. First of all, I received electrical signal or maybe wave signal, whatever it is based on a media. So I'll take the signal and frame the bit stream and bit stream into frame. Okay, so I take the signal and convert into a bit stream. From bit stream, I make a frame where my physical layer, next. Once I'm done, I check my source MAC address and the destination MAC address and I will remove it and verify the data. I verify the data with a CRC. Okay, so then the frame is become what? The frame is become packet. Where it will happens? No, not that packet. The frame. Yes, right. Data link layer. Correct. Data link layer only. Next. So I send a packet to upper layer is network layer. So in the packet, so I verify my source IP and destination IP address. Exactly say destination IP first, then source IP next. What is the meaning of destination IP first means? This destination IP is my IP address. Okay, this is PC1 communicated to PC2. So PC1 destination IP is PC2's IP. Yes, understand this one? This is PC1, PC2. PC1 is communicating to PC2. Send a packet. Who is source? Here. Who is destination? This one. But for this one, the destination address is its address. You received a letter and for sender, the letter, they read to address. Who is to address? At receiving end, their address, like that. Okay, so destination IP and like it will verify the IP address, it is belongs to it or not. And who send? From address to address, verified, and remove it. So, okay, they removed it. So it will get segment. So where network layer. Next, transport layer. In a transport layer, verify segment number, put it in a sequence. Okay, like that. So this is transport. Yeah, it will take a lot of time to configure. Okay, so let's type all these things. Okay, so once it is done, so remaining is assembling part only. It assembles. Assemble the packet here. That's why it is called a end-to-end connectivity. End-to-end connectivity because it's assembled entire packet. Okay, and packet name not changes. So only PDU called PDU only. Session. So check the session. Here it is also very good. That is decoding, decompress, decrypt. Okay, and finally respond as per request. Okay, which request, which response will decide. Guys, again look at here, again reverse. Again it is application layer, send the packet. ASCII means encoding, compression, encryption, and stay in the session or establish the new session. Stay in the same session or establish the new session. Again, segmenting the data, and again source IP, destination IP added. Okay, for replying, and add a source MAC address, destination MAC address, ERC to your packet, and send a frame to physical layer, physical frame, convert into bitstream to electrical or a radio signal based on your communication. Again, this side it receives. Same steps will go. This is sending side, this is receiving side. So like that, you can able to understand. Okay. This last point I will tell. Guys, remember, layer wise troubleshooting is very simple. Layer wise troubleshooting is very simple. You have a PC. You have a PC. No internet connection. Internet is not working. Internet is not working. Okay. Now, first we have to check physical connection. First we have to check physically connectivity is there or not, right? So what is that? Physical layer, physical connectivity. Okay, next. Okay, last time. 5 minutes. Okay, I'm trying to communicate to my destination PC. Both are connected. Physical connection is there, but this is my PCA. This is my PCB. Both are connected. A is okay, PCA is connected to PCB, but unable to communicate. Problem can be physical is connected. Good. Physical layer is good now. Physical layer checked. Good. So they are unable to communicate. Maybe where the problem maybe. So tell me. Yes. Yes, troubleshooting this one. Very important your interview. So check your questions also. Where is the possible?
Connection.
Connection is there. Physically good. Usually we have to check the first physical connection is there or not. Physical connection is good. Both are on. Both are switched on. Switch is also on. Physically good. Then next one is network layer. What is network layer? Dealing with the IP address. Okay. Maybe IP address given wrong. Possible, right? IP address may be given configuring wrongly. So that is one part. Okay. Next one is I told one problem is that is a session layer problem. Means frequent disconnection. Connected, but it's disconnecting, connecting, disconnecting. What happened? Session layer will get disturbed. Session layer will get disturbed. So understand, each one having a different kind of role. One example I told, when I am booking a railway ticket, power cut, Wi-Fi disconnected, but I connected to 4G. Problem is my session layer disturbed. Session layer gone. So even though I have another network access, unable to connect it properly. So that is session layer. Session establishment is there. One more I will tell about session layer. I download a data. It is a 100 MB data. It is a 100 MB data. 50 MB downloaded. 50 MB downloaded. Just internet disturbance for a 15 minutes or 15 seconds, not 15 minutes, 15 seconds or 20 seconds, internet disturbances occur. Stop downloading. Again, we have to download from the starting. Why? Because of session layer expired. Okay, session layer expired. See, I'm downloading data. Meanwhile, internet got some disturbance, some connection disconnection has happened for a 15 to 20 minutes, 20 seconds, sorry, 15 to 20 seconds. The current download is almost 90%. 90% downloaded. So what happened? Further 10% won't download. Why? Because of session layer disconnected and it is expired automatically. Once it is disconnected, it will expire. Okay, like that. Presentation layer. Guys, I open a web page, HTTP, not loading. I have a server. I have a server. I have a website. I have a server. Web server is there. Okay, there is a website. Website should be open HTTPS. It is HTTP server, S server. I have tried to open with HTTP. What is the difference? Encryption problem. Encryption problem. Presentation layer problem. Presentation layer problem. Sometimes you open a page. Okay, it's not load properly. Encryption, decryption problem. Compression problem. Protocols. Yes. For example, this is the I have a server is there. You have to access the server with a SSH protocol. You have to access this server with a SSH protocol, but you are trying with a telnet. You're trying with a telnet. Different protocols. Okay, so like this. Maybe you're trying to access a web server. You're trying to access a web server, unable to access it. Web server not working. Application server not working, or maybe web server related application not working. Tomcat is not working. Okay, Tomcat is not working. Glassfish is not working. Or maybe Apache HTTP is not working. Service is down. Web server service is down. Server is alive, but service is down. Right? You open a web page, but page is not opening. But you try to open this one. This particular web server, the application is not working. Possible?
Then what will be the problem, sir?
Yeah, you will get a different response. Page not found. Page not found. HTTP
That is what
not
I'm asking, sir. How to resolve that, sir?
You cannot resolve.
Okay, sir.
I am a server. You are a client.
Okay.
I am down. What you will do?
That's it. Okay, sir.
Right.
How I got
I
it, sir.
am down, right? Based on error, you will understand what is this. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, like that. And
In
of
order
course,
to
for
solve that
example,
only we are there, no, sir.
yeah, right. If you are
We
working
are
in
there
same
to.
company, like there is a web server, customer
Okay.
given a complaint, I am getting 404 error.
Okay.
What to do? Go and check the server. So you will understand now. So
Yes,
you
sir.
don't tell a customer like check your internet connection. What you will check? You'll directly check the server only.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we got a 404 error like like this. So what you will do? Problem with the server only, not in this kind of stuff. So simply we can understand where is the problem by OS layer and we can solve the problem easily. Okay, that is my final point. So to told this one, any network related issues, maximum we can solve by understanding of it and understanding in a layer wise. Understanding it by layer wise. You guys understand this one?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Next one is TCP IP OS layer comparison. A lot of people think TCP IP came from OS layer, but actually no. TCP IP is also called as a DoD model, not a DoDD model, DoD model. Okay, it's a defense model. It's older than OSA model. But when you are comparing, you have to compare like this. The first three layers, we call it as here application layer only. Transport is transport. And network layer, we call that one as a internet layer. If you search in a internet, it will give you a lot of options, but it is a old style, same thing, no changing kind of stuff. Okay. Network layer, we call it as a internet layer. Data link layer and physical layer, we call it as a network access layer. Okay. Data link layer and physical layer, we call it as a data access layer. Network layer, we call it as a, sorry, data link layer, physical layer is network access layer. Network layer is internet layer. Transport is transport. Application presentation session is application layer. So this is your complete OSI layers. Okay, guys. Compulsory remember the points. Actually, I have a plan to explain all these things. It has not happened. Okay, but read it. So don't leave the networking. We are a networking guys. Very powerful in the entire IT industry is networking only. Okay. That's it for today.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so wait. Okay. Okay, so do that exam and all also you can try. Get less members, otherwise I can. Okay, no problem. So first of all, stop the recording, and I will forward this regarding.